You know, HBO said we might have taken Che Diaz from you, but we raise you a Rosie O'Donnell as a virgin, newly lesbian nun.
Wow.
I love them. They're always thinking big.
What will they think of next?
Probably something fucked up. And thank God I need it. I feel like I pressed play on Just Like That and I woke up. But I specifically pressed play at the screening that I hosted for HBO with a bunch of lesbians and, of course, your classic government-mandated gay men. There are at least 6. You need at least 6 gay men in a party to make it good. That's what I think.
Huh.
6.
That explains a lot about my high school experience.
Was it good?
No.
Okay.
That's why.
The numbers were not on your side.
No, the numbers were not on my side then.
But Hunter couldn't make the screening. She was at Beyonce. And that's okay. We forgive. Sometimes allies have to take a day off. You know, they're working overtime. But she said, I'll lock right back in at the afters.
I was going to say, because, excuse me, how many other people? This is actually kind of my biggest stunt from a Beyonce concert from when I went from Stockholm to Kansas to pick up Remy, 9 months pregnant, my daughter, my dog. And then I went from Beyonce and MetLife to
picking up your other daughter.
The tail end of the Just Like That party. It got a wristband and everything.
They did? They gave
Yeah, you should have seen me at the afters being like,
for the last 10 minutes, you said, get me together.
I said, get me in here.
And you were a photographer's dream because she comes on the now empty dance floor. Hunter's twirling that little onion booty around. And the photographer's like, thank you. We're getting party shots.
I said, listen, I'm going to do it. I was with my sister Hilton. I said, let's dance the night away.
Let's tear it up.
Dua Lipa. And I took a journey, a pilgrimage to a little place called Animal.
First time? Was it your first time there?
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it before. I didn't even know where I was. You guys, you said, come on, girl, we're going to Animal. I said,
that's true.
I was in one of those moods where I was like, I'm ready to be out. I'm ready to be out on the town. I said, get me outside.
And you were. And the funniest thing ever was like, I mean, obviously I am very lucky and very privileged to see Hunter outside. I know that I get a first class front row seat to Hunter's outside era, but to watch a sea of gay men essentially roar in applause, to be like, there's no way Hunter Yvonne Harris, government name, is out at Animal with us right now.
It felt like I was like
Princess Diana.
I was, yeah, totally.
Of the gay man community.
Totally.
Literally our friend immediately tweeting, Hunter spotted. Like, it's like, wait, like.
And that was the buzz. NY Social B.
NY Social B.
I was walking around like.
Waving that wrist. She said, let's get a drink. Let's stick our sticky phone case on the back of a bar.
I did.
And take some content.
I said, Octo Buddy slammed against the wall. Margarita was in my hand. And the next day I had a hangover like you wouldn't believe.
I do believe. Yeah, I do believe.
And I said, wow, I bet Peyton is just fine right now. I know truly I woke up with a hangover and I said, I bet Peyton's great.
And was. Emotionally not. I was in a room full of lesbians, so it was a hard night for some
Target on your back.
It was a hard night to be sober, I'll tell you that. I was twitching. Our friend was like, you want me to get you a drink? And I was like, no, I'm going to pass. But yeah, good luck to everyone else. Because those drinks are crazy at Animal too. They're made by gay men. So, you know those pores. Those wrists are strong.
Maybe that's why I had a really bad hangover the next day.
Yeah, but it was lovely to catch you out in the wild. No, it was lovely.
I had a
get
time,
that.
girl. I got to cut the line. No, stupid. I was in a line at the very end of the line. This dog comes up. Excuse me, let her through. She needs to go to the bathroom. I said, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I know our friend Ludwig literally like lit up behind me and was like, look at her go. Like you're like our like we raised her. You're marching your little shoulders to the front of the bar to order a drink.
Yes. What can I say?
Yep. Yeah,
no, it was beautiful. Going to Animal was kind of the highlight of my week. A week that I got ghosted. So what can I say? Like, I'm on my last legs about the single life. But I would say the other highlight of my week is getting not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 texts from you. About wanting to talk about overcompensating.
Yep.
Truly definition of overcompensating tonight. Overcompensating it, queen. Can we talk about overcompensating the pod? And if I didn't love the show so much, I'd be so annoyed, but I do, so I'm not.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Oh, no, you hadn't even finished the season yet.
No.
That's how I know you really loved it. So today we're talking about overcompensating. Class is in session. We're talking about overcompensating. We're talking about some important nepo babies, the ones who are doing it the way the other girls can't.
Mm-hmm. And happy Father's Day. We are ranking the internet, and by the internet, I mean our favorite father figures, daddies, if you will.
So, excuse me, let me say this.
Are
you looking for a home for your worst opinion?
Are you a hater first, but a lover of pop culture second? Consider this a glorified group chat. But we're not calling you out. No. We're calling you in. It's a safe space
to talk shit.
But of course, from Wondery, I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
We finally pressed play. And we pressed play hard. On Overcompensating, a new comedy drama series starring Benito Skinner, if you know Betty Drama, comedian Mary Beth Barone, who's one of my favorite bisexuals, and Adam DeMarco from The White Lotus. I locked in.
Listen, class is in session.
Yates
University. I'm
summa cum laude.
Clearly I was not. Okay, let me give you the log line.
Yeah.
A dramedy that follows Benny, a closeted former football player and homecoming king, as he navigates his first year of college trying to reconcile his true queer identity with the hyper-masculine persona he's created.
When I tell you, I thought, okay, like very classic storyline. Coming out story, okay, let's see how this plays. I immediately loved it.
Really?
I thought like tonally, you know who said this? And I was trying to find the comparison that made me go, yes, that's it. Ayana Ishmael, who's been on this podcast before, we love her, writer at Teen Vogue, was like, this reminds me of Awkward from MTV.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved Awkward. And
yeah.
It's like scratching that itch for me where it's like this really fun young tone meets like dark comedy, but is also still a little bit, what do you call like Secret Life of the American Teenager, like almost after school specialty sometimes, but in a way that knows exactly what it's doing with that.
Yeah.
And I was really excited to see what Benito would do because I'd been so familiar, obviously, with his work online. I think he's so funny. I think Mary Beth Barone is so funny, and I love their relationship, and I love watching them on screen together. And I just was like, I love these characters. I love the up and coming comedians and actors and internet stars that they have in the cast. And I just thought, like, what a refreshing, like, fun YA story, and I don't care that they're 30.
Well, I said it on the pod before. I think the people who are 30 playing college kids, girl, whatever. Grow up. I'm sorry. We're living in a dire fascist nation state right now. I mean, hello, and you're concerned about a man who's 30 playing like he's 19.
I'm curious, was your entry point into the show, what was it, me texting, or did you
Absolutely not. I'd already watched most of the series.
Oh wait, you watched it before me technically.
Yeah, I did, and finished it before you too.
Yes, my ego is in the room with us right now. Take a seat, girl.
No, listen, I don't follow Benny Drama on anything. I'm just like not. I've listened to some clips from Ride, his podcast with Mary Beth, and I like that, but I just like no shade at all. I just like didn't know anything, which I'm happy because when I went in the show, I was like, okay, he's hot. That's all I need to know,
and is.
And I was so charmed by it. It reminds me a lot of like the other two, or like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt kind of.
Yes.
Or even, I mean, definitely Awkward. I see a little bit of Freaks and Geeks where it's like hard, funny, a little bit zany, but not like takes you out of it too much. But I just like that it's like, it feels almost like a very self-aware college show where it's like, okay, we're not going to really show them in class. We're not going to really show them like the over-reliance on like making it feel like a real college experience.
Yeah.
Instead, it does feel like the emotional truth of being in a new place, like the awkwardness of like, okay, who am I going to be in this place? Who am I going to be in like as an adult?
Yeah.
Like that kind of coming of age piece of it, I think is really strong. I also really liked in the first episode, like this is like basically minute 3, when you establish early on that like Benny and Grace, his sister, like don't get along and that she's so mean to him. I thought that was like such a funny turn. I'm like, oh, part of me thought, oh, since they're friends in real life, she's gonna make the supporting like talk to that his character will have throughout the show. And no, she's actually his like number one op.
Yeah,
I loved that.
Love an eldest daughter struggling to fight for attention in any capacity.
And listen, most of the time, eldest daughters are, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. But this time I was like, she has a lot to be mad about. Disgrace. And I kind of liked the, like, it, not that, I mean, I don't know. That's the only part I don't understand about the show is like if Yates is like a Yale or if it's like a like state school that's like just a really good state school.
I'm thinking the latter.
Yeah, because then once like the kind of F and G stuff comes around.
Yeah.
But I thought like it's such a funny like Adam Barker playing like a straight man, like a bro.
And I love seeing him in this character, especially coming off of like the antithesis of that from White Lotus, where
kind
he
of,
was like, I mean,
kind of
maybe not
antithesis, yeah, because in
but-
White Lotus he felt very insecure, very anxious, very like trying to put on a facade in some ways. And in this, like, it reminded me a lot of one of my favorite movies of all time, Richard Linklater's Everybody Wants Some, where it's a movie about bros who really all they want to do is like be near and intimate with one another, and like you're trying to communicate that closeness.
Well, let me tell you this: all bros want to do is fuck. And that is beautifully illustrated in the way that Benny like highlights this campiness of frat culture, and how phallic it is, and how over the top, like homoerotic it is. Really works in this for me in a way that I think is so fun. I think highlights that juxtaposition between his obviously like hidden gay identity and trying to like participate in this world that's actually already so gay. Okay, someone we have to talk about. Someone who's really shaking the table.
Ooh,
and we're feeling
you
that
shook
hard.
The table right there.
Well, that's how she's doing it. That's how she's stomping through those Yates streets. Let's talk about Haley Marie Matthews.
Played by Holmes.
I want her to have every single Emmy right the fuck now.
Yeah, no. It's one of those just like instantly perfect character, perfect actor, perfect like just every line, every joke is funny. It's giving like Meg Stalter in Hacks. It's giving the attorney from Search Party. It's giving I don't know, like Titus
from Kimmy Schmidt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just whenever
the line deliveries.
Whenever Carmen is like, "Oh, I have a brother," and she's like, "Oh, dibs.
Yeah.
He died." Ugh. Why does that happen?
As she's putting in her hair clips.
Yes,
like,
loved every minute of her on camera.
When I was watching, I think like the maybe first or second episode with a friend of mine, immediately turns to me and is like, "Peyton, that's you." It's like, thank you. It is so beautiful and so important to see yourself reflected in media. I will say that. Thank you, Benny. I love her. I think I love when I understand a character immediately, know exactly what she cares about, like how she's going to show up. So funny, great one-liners. And not even just great one-liners, such good physical acting.
Yeah.
There's one scene where she literally doesn't even say anything. She just, she's trying to get photographed by like the campus fashion magazine. And she just floats by and there's a moment where the dialogue just stops and then goes right back in. Like these small moments that we get with her.
Yeah. I also love the line of her talking to Carmen when she's like, "Didn't you borrow this dress from me?" And Carmen's like, "Yeah, and then I washed it." And she's like, "Well, you're the first person to wash something you borrowed from a friend?" Loved that. Okay, speaking of things that were made specifically for us.
Say it.
I'm doing the Charlie show. Poof? No, XEX. I'm working the Charlie show. Poof? No, XEX.
Yeah.
So Mary Beth Barone in this show is working a like campus like
concert.
Summer series or something with Charlie XCX and Adam DeMarco playing her boyfriend. At every mention of Charlie's show, he says "poof"
in this perfect way. Oh, yeah.
I know. I mean, that's entirely 100% me as an ex Charlie Puth stan.
Oh, you're off.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still listen to Empty Cups and Intention, and we don't talk anymore.
Okay, actually, great song. And I actually want to go back to Adam DeMarco in general because I do think that the appeal of him in White Lotus works really well for the sympathy that we extend to him in this show. Like, I think if he was just a totally new actor, he's great in this, but I think that there's something about his charm from White Lotus as like this really boyish young character works in this way where we see him here as this, yes, total douche, but there's still this, I think, is that my toxic trait? I don't know. Really, I find him really charming too in this show. Specifically when he, even though it's messy, starts to date, court, talk to Carmen via that video game. And we start to see like a little bit more of him, dissolve. I loved the casting of him in this.
Yeah.
I think it worked really well.
I also have to say I loved the supporting characters like Kyle MacLachlan and
Connie Britton.
As the parents.
Yeah, I
The
would watch
parents
her
with that
and
big
her
ass
do
TV
anything.
with the
big ass-
accent wall in every room. It's like that kind of stuff that it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, I like that it wasn't you go home and like you hate your parents, you hate your family, that it's like a new experience. And also there's one small joke about like the Thursday before Thanksgiving that everyone goes home to like their like hometown bar, and it's like such a big scene. I loved that in this show too.
Do you do that?
Not anymore. Yeah, it was a big thing when I like was in college.
To like show up and show out.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah,
And do you said
I did that. Fassler Hall. I listen. Some things happened.
What is it called?
Don't worry about it.
Whatever. I will say a scene that I thought I would not be taken by, but I actually really enjoyed was Mary Beth Barone singing. I love a
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
I love a redemption arc karaoke scene.
Yes.
Hope to live one day. And she sings, what is it called? Black Parade?
Welcome to the Black Parade.
Welcome to the Black Parade. Hell yeah, brother.
Was that your ministry at all?
I was a little bit more Avril.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you. That one. I was singing into my karaoke machine alone. My mom was like, "You're housed. This is a song about someone being unhoused. Shut up and turn it down." Quote. No, okay. I want to go back to supporting characters. Loved Connie Britton in it. I also want to make some noise for that guy from Dawson's Creek.
Who's that?
I don't know his name.
Oh, but who plays like the older like alum of the fraternity. Yeah.
And I was like, why does his face look so familiar? And I loved, again, the casting that really works for me is like hometown, like good guy from Dawson's Creek. I never watched the show. I'm assuming he's a good guy. He seems nice.
I don't know about Dawson or her Creek. I don't know what they get into.
We're too young. But I think strategically it worked well for this too.
Yes, I felt the same way about Matt and Bowen being like the gay couple who like get into a fight fully as they're looking for a third. Like that was like hilarious, pitch perfect. I also love a show that doesn't milk a cameo too much. Like doesn't make a whole meal out of like just having Kai Gerber. That like uses people very intentionally. Yeah, that feels like just a really well plotted detail of the show.
Kai Gerber great in this, and also you know who's having a moment, and I want to keep seeing it. Owen Thiel.
Oh yeah,
who's like the one out gay guy at Yates. Yeah. Which, you know, I think brings me to this feeling that I struggled with at first of like watching rising internet stars like find their home in people's TV. And I am so for it. I think something that made me think about it before this show, and I know Owen has adults out now, haven't pressed play but will, is it started kind of with the Quinta Brunson universe. Where I feel like not just watching her and her success with Abbott Elementary, but her casting like a Sabrina Breyer and it really working. And I think, and even Zach Fox, you know, I know Zach Fox is a comedian, of course, but very internet personality or like niche beat, if you will. Yeah. And I think that there's a lot of excitement and a lot of validity now and real authority behind internet voices that we're getting to see in a new and more fleshed out way. It's really exciting.
I would love to see that for myself one day.
I would love to see that for us one day.
Soon. But I think a core part of what you're talking about is that it wasn't like The Office started to do this like toward the end of its run, where it's like it would just recreate an internet trend in some ways. Where like I think Quinta and in Overcompensating as well, it's like they're not just bringing someone from the internet to the exact same bit or the exact same thing. Yes, it really is like recognizing that someone like can do more, be more, it is generally just funny. Yeah. And that piece of it, I think, is like a really core part of what makes it work. Where it's not just like, okay, now you've like brought in someone who's like just famous and trending to like just say their bit on camera for this show, which I think is really good. I don't know, I want to know what you think of it, because I thought that like there's one scene in this that really actually made me so like romantic, like kiss the girl, like that kind of thing. But it was in like a friendship beat where Benny is talking to Owen, like really he's like kind of connected with like another gay person who is Owen at the campus shop or whatever. And all like the frat guys come in and the frat guys are like, "Oh, are you guys friends?" Like to Benny and Owen. And Benny's like, "No, I'm just here getting something." And it's like, that made me so, but again, perfect character moment. Yeah. But that was the kind of moment where I was like, oh, I like that it is like a true dramedy where I really do want more for this character than he wants for himself at this moment.
Yeah.
Which is really sweet.
Another right after that is when Owen charges him like $50 for like a candy bar or something. He's like,
Oh, no, it was like
these kids are
beef
so-
jerky.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
2 beef jerky strips.
And he's like, damn. Like, just pulls out the cash.
God willing, this show gets a season 2. What do you want to see?
You know, I would like to see, honestly, more Black girls. And maybe 2. And maybe one of them is a lesbian most days. And maybe one of them is a sweetheart from Oklahoma. And I think
sweetheart. Wait, you think I-
what the
Oh,
hell did
you-
I just
you called
say?
me
No,
sweet?
and I said
Did
it
you
on the
just call me
record.
sweet?
No.
And now compliment my top. Compliment my fun party top.
I love your party talk.
Thank you.
But I take back that she's sweet. And I think that would really shake the table and shake things up. Come on.
What do you sprinkle
I'm
on?
sprinkling on
some,
2 Black girls.
Obey,
Yeah,
like
it's us. Yeah, a little razzle dazzle. But I want more of this. I want a season 2. I'm sure the season 2 is going to come. It seems like it's been really successful so far.
Yeah.
I've seen so many TikTok fan cams. That's indicative of a good show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And maybe a Grace and Julia shiplet, who I love you, babe, but I forgot your character's name just now. But I would love a little kiss between them. I would love things to get real bisexual up in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
It's loud. The bisexual undertones are loud, astronomical on that show. But we'll see. We'll hope. Well, it's about to be Father's Day. Have you heard of it? Probably not, knowing the way fathers are
Oof.
these days.
Oof.
Well,
Lord.
shaking the table for once.
Mhm.
But we got dads. Is what I was about to say. But my dad actually confirmed something for me recently. It was his birthday. He's a Taurus.
Mhm.
May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I'm gonna put my fist down.
I don't know why you
raised
did that.
Something that I think is so funny is how Father's Day lands during Pride Month.
Ooh.
Because I've never met a queer person with a normal relationship with their father.
Say more.
I will. I shout out to Louis Dix Jr. We love my dad. But I will say a formative fight has both pride themes and father themes, as in my dad wrote a script about a young girl in a Black family coming out. Hey, that sounds familiar.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Could be based on true events.
Okay.
But in this story that he was having me read in his script, the daughter was kind of bullied by her entire family after she came out.
And is that true to your experience?
No
Oh.
one really cared. My coming out made no noise, actually. It was pretty uneventful.
They said, we know.
They said, we saw you were dry humping everybody. We know, girl. But my dad wanted notes, so I told him this is a little, let's say it, homophobic. Yeah, it wasn't the best. My dad's an ally down delirious, but he is from Philly, so, there are complications with that. And we got into this like screaming fight that got so intense that I jumped out of a moving vehicle on La Brea and Pico.
Do you stay in a car? Like, has there ever been a time when you just sit in a car normal?
And Uber hates to see me coming.
No, they really do. Remember that time
I-
Uber got mad at us because we were taking too many flash on photos in the back seat? And he was like, can you guys, please stop.
Were we drunk?
No.
Oh.
We did just go to Frog Club and it was so bad that we had to
that
make
was tough.
a getaway car.
But yeah, so we were paired and we
Mhm.
forgave and we didn't forget because
Mhm.
I'm bringing it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But happy Father's Day to you and yours.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah.
Father's Day. I'm trying to think of a good story about my dad. One time I was asking my dad about if he was going to see one of the new Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't like the new Star Wars movies. They have all these creepy characters that they bend backwards and have a lot of legs. I was like, okay, a purist. There's
a
first, second, and
theme.
third.
A
Yeah.
theme here of dads and a slight layer of homophobia. I don't like all that bend. I'm like, honestly, me too. I get it. I
was like, I don't know what character you're talking about. He was like, no, I want the classics. I want Chewbacca.
But we're not here. We're not here to talk about our dads. That's a
No.
different podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about something more important, which is daddies, some zaddies, and some father figures.
Yes. I'm so glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
So let's do a little roundup. So we've put together a little ranking for Father's Day, if you will. We have chosen 6 of our favorite dads in movies and TV, and this is a surprise. You haven't heard mine, and I haven't heard yours.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you mine tear. So get ready. I have
Ugh.
Mine are great.
Hunter's caffeinated, and things have been really dire in this studio, by the way. There's been a gun to my head this whole time, okay? No, I'm scared of what you're going to say, and I'm not scared of how you're going to react to mine. I can feel the twitch of her eye rolling into the back of her head at every single person I'm about to list.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Let's get ready.
Yeah.
Let me get my
let's
eyes
lock in.
ready.
I will say some of these fathers are from culture. You
Okay.
know, I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
Okay. Should we go like one by one, or should you say your 6 and I'll say my 6?
Let's do one by one. No, just say your 6. Say your 6.
No, say yours.
You want to hear my 6
Yeah.
first?
Happy Pride.
Okay.
Allies to the front. Okay, go.
Okay. I'm going to start off with James Tupper, who was the actor in Big Little Lies, who played Reese Witherspoon's first husband and Zoe Kravitz's current husband. He's a daddy to me. He's a hot dad.
I can appreciate that.
Okay. I'm going to go with Billy Crudup in 20th Century Women,
Oh,
specifically.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to shake the table a little bit. I'm going to say Charles Melton in May, December.
And well, because we have something to talk. Okay, I have so many thoughts on that. Keep going.
Okay. So that's first. Second tier, I'm going to say Morris Chestnut in Like Mike. Talk about a father figure.
Talk about a lesbian.
Oop.
Hey, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go Ethan Hawke in First Reformed. He played a priest. Well, you know what Ethan Hawke looks like.
Yeah.
Especially at this age.
No, I've seen him in
He
Cobble
grew
Hill.
into himself.
Mm-hmm. Fine as hell.
And then at the very top,
Top tier.
easy one, Stanley Tucci, Easy A.
Oh! Again, the Pride and Father's Day crossover is to be studied. That's the gayest he's ever played, and that includes Devil Wears Prada. That is a fine list, Hunter.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, I told you. I'm going to take it. Okay. My honorable mentions are, this is a crazy one.
Oh.
Bill Nye in Notes on a Scandal.
I thought you said Bill Nye, the science guy, is who I was thinking.
No, Bill Nye in Notes on a Scandal. Married to Kate Blanchett, and she cheats on him with a 17-year-old. Crazy. Love the movie though. And relatedly, my other runner-up is a little actress named Kate Blanchett in Tar.
Yeah.
She is Petra's father.
Kate in that button up. That's a good one.
So you're welcome.
You left the woman out of that conversation though until the very limp wrist with that ally.
After all I've done.
What have you done besides stress me out? Wait, okay, we do have to talk about what, when you brought up Charles Melton, this got me thinking, this got me cooking, what makes a daddy? Because I'm like, do you have to be over a certain age?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Well, obviously gender doesn't play a role here, but I'm like, I think you need to be 30 plus.
He is 30 plus.
Oh, really? I thought he was like 27.
You didn't watch him in Riverdale?
Oh, right. He was 45 in that. I fully forgot. Grown man.
He was a man playing with amongst boys. No, he was a grown-up on that show.
Yeah. And that's why he stays booked and busy. And I don't know what the others are doing. No offense. I think, so there's a differentiation between what being a daddy is, what being a zaddy is, and what being a father figure, which I think is like top tier ultimate booking.
Okay.
A father figure is normally a lesbian. It's anyone that's got a strap and knows what to do with it.
Okay.
Is my opinion.
Okay.
And that one, there is an age bracket. You must be over 35. That's what I'm going to say. A zaddy is, I think, just to tell if you're a millennial or a Gen Z, because a Gen Z person, I think, would never say that, and a millennial would be like, zaddy. Like,
yeah,
you were like
I would never say that. So
well,
what does that say about me?
I don't know. We might have some listeners that are in the zaddy community, and we stand with you. We just don't say it. And a daddy is just like, you're a caretaker. You're not letting me even reach for my purse on the date. You're not. You wouldn't even dare.
Well, I wouldn't reach for it anyway. Not on a first date.
I move things around. There's just lip gloss in there. I'm like, what the heck?
That is like the time that I had truly no less than 4 Rhode lip glosses in my purse.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nothing else. Yeah, just air. Okay, let's crack into my list. Are you ready?
I'm scared.
You should be.
I think mine were really good.
They were.
You better take it.
I won't.
You better go head on.
I'll try. Here we go.
Oof.
Okay. One that you can expect. Carlisle from Twilight. Almost thought about Charlie Swan, but he is a cop, so we have to let that go. But I met him in person, and oh my God. Yes, I went to a Twilight Festival. After that, we have Coach Mike from my middle school. He was just really hot, and he was a coach then. And I saw him as an adult now, and I was like, that man was fine as fuck. And I get why all the moms are flirting with him.
It's hard for me to concur without a visual.
I'll show you after. Let me tell you. Follow up. Hunter's going to be like, period, poo. Okay. Alicia Keys in that one photo. And then I have, I don't know if I did something. Oh, okay. I have Janet Jackson specifically in that one performance live in Hawaii in 2002.
Was that what the man was on that platform? Yeah.
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
Now
That's a fun
we're in
figure.
alignment. We're in alignment.
And also Janet Jackson in Atlanta in 2023 when she goes, "Woo, y'all smoking in here." You know that one.
No, I haven't seen that video.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's very you, actually. Being like, oh, hell. Then we have, obviously, Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
I would love to know what that strap does. Thank God my parents don't listen to this anymore. They learned. And last but not least, I'm really going to shake the table with this one.
Okay.
God is kind of the ultimate daddy, if you think about it.
Okay.
He did his
now
big one.
you piss me off because my culture is not a costume. Melodies from heaven rain down on me. You've even seen the video of Marvin Sapp going, "Ushers, close the doors. Ushers, close the doors. Don't let anybody out."
When Hunter talks about God, I just look to camera and try to bat my eyes and move through it.
You're so like that one time Trump tried to pretend that he read the Bible and said 2 Corinthians, not even 2 Corinthians, which is what you should say.
Mm-hmm. I just did that to irritate
You
Hunter.
really you really made me mad.
I wrote it out. The other ones I was being so serious, like, okay. And he, oh, yes, in this reference. And then I said, oh, I got something.
You love God so much. Name 3 things about him.
Jesus, and the earth, and he's with me.
Jesus, the earth, and he's with me.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so
Wow,
much. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really shaking the table.
So
with
happy
that one.
Father's Day, everyone.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to God. We don't give him enough credit, I feel like.
I'm gonna quote a woman named Peyton Dix.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And say that what is it? Every Black girl has one white girl she doesn't play about.
And I've said about 52 on this podcast.
You said about 497.
Okay.
I've been counting. Mine is a shorter list, but on that list is Romy Mars.
That's true.
I want to talk about nepo babies today because I love Romy Mars. I love following her little TikTok updates.
You really do.
I really do.
You don't play about her.
I listen to her music.
What?
Her music A-lister about the actor who she met at a party.
No.
Okay,
This
well,
is where I
I'll
leave you.
educate you.
Yep,
We're
put
not
me
on the clock.
Okay.
It's very just teen girl music. It's like
Gracie
it's like,
Abrams?
No, actually, maybe. I think this is what other people hear in Gracie Abrams that I
Refuse to hear.
refuse.
Mhm.
No, I've listened to it. I don't hear anything. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, I love Romy Mars. And I love specifically, I want to talk about this post that she did for Sofia Coppola's birthday on May 14th, because I've been thinking about it a lot.
Okay.
She says, "Happy birthday to the most boss baddie I know. Even when no one gets me, you find the art in me crying in my bedroom whilst in bikini in the middle of winter because I was doing a try-on haul. Seeing you care about teenage girl stories so much made me feel like I could put myself out into the world as an authentic teenage girl, not trying to be anything else."
Wait, that's like really beautiful.
I know,
I thought
but
there was going to be a bit in there.
no, but it just kind of reminds me of like how much you can love your mom. But also I read that and I was like, I bet they're not talking right now. I bet something is like, she's like, I'm not actually coming downstairs to say hello.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like she just feels like a sister. She feels like a little sister. I'm like, oh, I get you so much. And then I also love when she's on TikTok just like shit posting.
Is that what she's up to right now?
Yeah, that's always what she's doing. She's always like, girls, don't buy clothes. Consumerism is too much. It's bad. I wear Chanel because I get it from my mom. But everything else, I don't need it. And then it has like a big Stanley cup. I'm like, you contain multitudes, Romy Mars. Like, I ride or die for her. I don't play about her.
I also am like, I'm seeing myself in her, I'm realizing.
I know, because when I read that, Sophia, like the birthday post to Sophia, I thought
Mhm.
that's totally Peyton and Alicia.
Yeah.
You would totally like write something like long, something beautiful about your mom and like not be speaking to
And
her.
meanwhile, fully beefing. Me
Yeah.
at my Mother's Day event when I was like, you're on my last nerves, okay?
And then
We're
you locked her
gonna-
out of the house. Yeah. No, we haven't forgotten. You're the villain of the pod.
Well, you know, someone I do love that you introduced me to.
Yes.
I said
Say that louder.
What?
Yes. Ear to the streets.
that you introduced me to.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get off this. I'm walking out the door. But Hunter, you know, she keeps me young, and she was like, "You need
I'm
to
the
lock
baby
in."
of the pod.
Totally. He was like, "You need to lock into Usher's son's TikTok account
Yes.
because I do love a nepo baby online because they will make a mistake, and I like to lock in. But only good things are happening here.
No, there's
Only the best
there's
things
no
happening.
mistakes for Usher's younger son,
Naveed,
Naveed.
I think you say his name. I said, let me just see. When I tell you about 20 scrolls later, kicking my feet, screaming, giggling, haha.
Okay, which one was the one that got you? Because it's him singing "Love Drought." Not
in
even
China to a random group of people?
Not even singing his dad's. Like his dad, the like last man to have a diamond album. He said, "No, I'm gonna sing Love Drought."
I'm gonna do Love Drought for them.
His getting ready with me, all of his like Tatcha. I was like, you wash your face.
But also the way that like I'm sure people are like chomping at the bit to get a cameo on his TikTok. Because why has he featured Pink Panthers, Doechii, Glorilla? And then let me say really quickly about the Pink Panthers cameo, captioned it being like, not me like DMing her from Usher's phone. I said, get what you want. Use your tools and use them wisely. And he did.
That's the best mark of a nepo baby is like
Yeah.
someone who uses their powers for good.
Which
Like,
is a Pink Panthers cameo on TikTok.
or like Romy Mars telling her mom in like that Priscilla behind the scenes video, like, can you get a photo of me and Jacob Elordi? And can you take it on my phone? And Sophia's like, I'll take it on my phone camera. She's like, but no, on my phone, please.
Yeah.
Like, I want to take this back to school.
Yeah, I need a digital babe. No, I was like, you are so funny online.
Yeah.
It made me think like I love the youth and I maybe trust them.
Yeah, no. When I say I believe children are the future, I'm talking about Usher's son.
Yeah.
Like that's the future that I believe
There's
in.
two. It's
He
Naveed and it's
is-
Romy.
He's and his little glasses too. I'm like
and he's kind of dripping. He's got style.
kind
he's
of
got swag.
dripping. Oh no.
Well, I mean,
He-
you're Usher's son.
But
so.
but he doesn't dress like Usher. He dresses like kind of like chingy adjacent.
I just
like
meant you
what
had
Billie
money.
Eilish. Oh,
That's what I meant.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now.
Wealth, if you will.
No, love him, obsessed with him. I don't know why he is abroad, but I
I don't even care.
want to keep making videos. I want him to keep that one thing when he does the Tokyo Tony audio that like you are being mind controlled.
He stays on his Zoom. If you haven't followed, you really should. I will. You will have fun. You will lock in. Romy too. I haven't gone there, but I will. I'll find my way.
Yeah. And then there's one
Eventually.
other one that we wanted to talk about. One
Oh my
other
God.
nepo
Well,
baby.
I feel like, you know, the nepo baby's taking it. If we're ranking them right now, taking number 3 spot.
I'm not
is-
ranking them.
Oh.
Our sister right here has a different set of difficulties than anyone else.
Many, in fact. Vivian Jenna Wilson, who is Elon Musk's trans daughter. It's a very fuck Elon Musk household here.
Yeah,
But we are
100%.
pro. Vivian and her inches. Oh my God.
Vivian takes it every
You know
time.
how much money people will pay for a bust down like that? She inches to the booty. And like, is just one, God bless her, protect her at all costs. We love someone being loud about their deadbeat dad.
Yeah, and he's the deadest of the beats.
Yeah, ideally. No, she recently did a shoot with, I think, Tomboy X, the like queer underwear brand, and was taking it. The BTS bodied. Like, I want everything for her. There's a video of her that was going around of her doing like a cute little like ballroom dance.
Mhm.
Fun to have. I mean, I guess I have those inches right now, but like, you know, these are paid for. But she was swinging that hair around. She was taking it. Those knees are working.
Yes.
I love her.
I love to see that some part of Elon Musk's immoral wealth is being used for good.
Yeah.
Are there any other nepo babies that you're loving?
You know, there are nepo babies I want to hear more from.
Okay.
You know, I don't really love a quiet nepo baby. I like when they're loud.
I know nepo baby I want to hear less from.
Who?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Always. Ever since. Just get the Activia and like lock in there. Okay. But you know who I want to see when I hear about?
Who?
Is J-Lo's kids. Are they too young for that right now?
Oh.
I don't know.
No, I think
No, they're
Em is
ready.
like 16.
Teen?
Yeah.
I'm like, my favorite thing about J-Lo.
Her
Her children.
kids. Yeah. Okay.
And then her body. Oh, is that anti-feminist? No.
No, because she posted that Instagram graphic saying some women work on their body only for themselves, not for a man's attention.
And for my attention.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bet they're cool. They seem like a cool, and I don't know, I bet they have stories about J-Lo.
They've lived to hear a house with 2 Leos?
Yeah,
oh, girl.
come on.
No,
give them a mic.
They've seen some stuff.
Someone give them a back camera and a tiny mic. They got to get to work. Well, that's it for this week. As usual, we are 2 online, so you don't have to be.
Yes, and thank you, Peyton, for complimenting my party top.
I was just going to say, I love it.
And my beautiful
I love the
clavicles.
color. And, Anyway,
Hey.
follow us on social at Let Me Say This Pod, at Peyton Dix, and at Hunter H.
Let me say this.